I just want to just yap, whatever you want to call it, about this year's NBA playoffs and how it has been one of the best playoffs in a long time. For real, just watching the first round was already great. Second round just became a lot better. Every series is competitive, and we don't have a clear champion as the the three powerhouses of the regular season are all not dominating as we might have thought. Currently, the Cleveland Cavaliers are down 25 to the Indiana Pacers, and they are about to get down 3-1 if they lose this. Celtics down 2-1 against the New York Knicks, and the Nuggets have kept it afloat, and the Thunder just barely scraped by to tie the series at 2-2. Then the Warriors Wolves would have been a really great series if Stephen Curry was here, but hopefully if it gets to game 6, Curry can be back. I'm not sure if that can happen, but the Warriors just needs to win one more game out of these two games that they play to win to see if Curry comes back, and everything just becomes different when Curry comes back. They were really good with Curry. And last game was pretty good without Curry as well. So just a look all around great series. As you saw previously in the first round, we had a lot of great series. Not many duds besides the 1-8 matchups. But the Knicks Pistons series was really great. You got Jalen Brunson versus Kate Cunningham. That duo was crazy. You also had a lot of great defense from Detroit, and all of the games were like clutch games, close games. Like same with the Clippers Nuggets, there were a ton of close games. Aaron Gordon game winner, Kawhi scoring 39, turning back the clock. And then the Warriors Rockets series was also great. We saw that defense they had on Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry still making a ton of threes. Game 7 too. That was crazy. And then like a surprise with the Wolves destroying the Lakers. That was a big surprise series for many. But after the first game, it seemed like the Lakers would have lost that series. And then the Bucks Pacers series was pretty good as well, besides Dame being injured and Giannis having to carry. But then the collapse is crazy. The Pacers just have been really good this season. But let me talk about the second round series now more in depth and how I feel like this playoffs has been one of the best in recent memory. Last year's playoff wasn't that good. I feel like the best playoffs in a long time was probably 2019. Was probably the best since this one. We had a lot of great games. Kawhi game winner, 76ers. A great just all around finals was okay, but with injuries. And then 2016, of course, was insane. You had that 7-game series with the Thunder Warriors, and then that 7-game series finals, which has been insane. And I feel like the past few years, the finals haven't really been competitive. The Celtics Mavs finals was not competitive. The Heat Nuggets finals was not competitive. The last time we had a solid competitive finals was probably like the Bucks Suns or the Golden State Warriors versus the Boston Celtics, but we haven't had a really good finals since like 2016 where it was like a really competitive one, and I feel like this year it can with any team that comes out. It might be a really competitive series right there. And now I really hope the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers series will be great because the Pacers went on a crazy comeback in game 2, which got them a great win. Halliburton just in the clutch is insane, and they keep making these crazy comebacks. And then for the Cavaliers, they finally have their team fully healthy and they won game 3, but it seems like they might lose game 4. Now, The Cavs can make it interesting because I feel like with all of their players healthy, the Cavs are a better team. But the Pacers have just so much chemistry. Their offense is great. Their defense has been much better than last season, and they made the conference finals last season. Now, it doesn't matter about injuries anymore because no one important is injured right now for both teams as the Cavs got all their players back. I don't know about conditioning, all of that stuff, but that doesn't really matter. So I feel like the series, if the Cavs can come out, somehow come back in this game also, it will be insane. And just this series alone has been pretty solid because, at first we favored the Cleveland Cavaliers to win, but it seems like the Pacers are now the favorites to win this matchup. So I like this matchup a lot. Cavs will make it interesting. They are fighting with their back on the walls if they lose this game, especially. And if they can come back from 3-1, those are always electric because game 7 is always going to happen if they come back 3-1. All right, for the Knicks Celtics, that series was great. First 2 games was elite. Third game, not so much, but it's good because the Celtics have shown fight and shown probably that this series might be 6-7 games at least. Because right now, the first 2 games for the Celtics were terrible. They missed a ton of threes. But then in the third game, they started hitting those threes. Tatum finally hitting threes. And the whole team in general finally hitting threes. Now, this is a competitive series because a lot of players are injured. Brown, somewhat injured. Porzingis, illness. Jrue Holiday was injured the first round too. And then for the Knicks, they have just been great. I mean, in the clutch, definitely for the first 2 games. It went to overtimes game 2, and both games game to the final, like the final shot, and they made great defensive plays with Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson in the clutch just is crazy, bro. He makes a ton of shots in the clutch. So, yeah, I feel like that series has been really good. I want to see what happens in game 4, though, because if the Knicks win this one, this is crazy because all of, like, the road teams, like, the underdogs, have been really good this series. Like, it seems like, for all these matchups, an underdog might win. The Knicks might win. Pacers, Nuggets, and Timberwolves is pretty much an underdog because they were the 6th seed going against the 7th seed. And let's talk about that series. The first game was really good. I mean, Stephen Curry was great, but then he got injured, and that really hurt the series. Like, this series could have been so much more electric with Curry, as Curry was making the Warriors offense look so good, so elite. Now, their offense is not good at all. Jimmy Butler, though, still really good. He scored like 31 last game, I believe, or more than that even. Kuminga scored 30 as well. And they still showed a lot of fight in that game. 3, it was a clutch game, but they choked because Ant Edwards went insane in the fourth, in the second half in general. And, Anthony Edwards always is going to make a playoff series electric no matter what. Timberwolves is a really, like, deep team. But then the Warriors, they always can sneak back. And if Curry comes back, this series will be electric as well. Finally, the OKC Nuggets series, and then we'll talk about some potential matchups, which will be great. OKC showed some inexperience in the first game with Aaron Gordon making that 3 at the buzzer. I mean, not the buzzer, the game-winning 3, as well as, the OT run that they won in game 3. But in game 4, with the Nuggets up 7 in the fourth, the OKC Thunder crawled back and won that game by 5. So both games have been really good. All 3 out of 4 games have been clutch. We always like clutch matchups in these series. And I don't know who's winning, bro. It's a dead even matchup right now. And OKC won 68 games. We thought they would be like unbeatable, but their experience has been showing. And Nuggets feel like a team that could possibly beat the Thunder. So some other matchups that I would be excited is Cavs Celtics. Though that series will be great. The Cavs and Celtics are like two powerhouses with great lineups. Pacers Celtics won't be bad as well. Rematch of last year's conference finals. Pacers Knicks is also a rematch from last year. That was electric. All those series were great. And then Knicks Cavs, that would be pretty good too. Two great teams. OKC versus the Timberwolves. Both teams have been really great in the regular season. Those games have been great. And then Wolves Nuggets, that is a series I kind of want to watch. The rematch of last year's Game 7 matchup of the semifinals. That is a series I really want to watch. Another one is the Warriors making it to go against OKC. Stephen Curry versus OKC is always electric. And then finally, Warriors Nuggets, two greats, Jokic, Curry. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. We're out.